Shall we
Oh
ask
yeah, why
a
haven't we
question?
been?
Oh, do we need a
You
recap
just
first?
did.
Or... Okay. Shall I ask the character building question?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, okay.
I feel like there's like lightning on my screen. Don't worry about it. I'm trying to.
Yeah, let's go with this one. What is the most heartbreaking and heartwarming thing that has happened to your character this campaign? Either or both if you like. Heartbreaking and heartwarming.
Jartog dying.
I was gonna say, yeah, dealing.
Yeah.
Sal killing Jartok.
Mm.
That was pretty
Wait, is
tough.
this from our player's perspective or our perspective?
I feel like this one might align, honestly.
Alright.
The most heartbreaking and most heartwarming thing your character has experienced.
Heartwarming is probably when Taz was like, "I fucked up. I'm gonna run away," and then everyone literally chased after him and was like, "Dude, we're in this together. Stop being an idiot."
Oh, that's the heartbreaking moment.
Dude, I was like, me, Spencer, I was like upset after Sal killed Jartok.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the whole moment.
It was just like, oh shit! Like, I thought he had more health than that. Like he was just gone.
Well, it wasn't even that. It was just like I didn't even
No damage.
think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, trying to be like, hey, we should try to save this guy. But
Adam also said the campaign would have probably gone a whole different route if he did live.
Yeah, probably.
yeah, honestly, that was like we had only been together for a short amount of time as a group, and Taz probably would have like been like, hey, I need to take Jartog back home at least. Like, I don't know.
Short amount of time as a group. That was session 50 that you guys caught up to Jartok. Let's clarify.
Okay, but in game,
It's a relatively short amount of time.
It was like a
2
month in
weeks,
game.
go on 2-year time skip and still come back.
Yeah.
I feel like we
Heartwarming
wouldn't have
is like-
found out or cared more about the manifests and stuff had Jartog lived.
Yeah, I don't think.
'Cause
Yeah,
we
we
would've
wouldn't have.
Okay, problem
We
solved.
wouldn't have
Forget
hunted
about those
down
people.
Ravana.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%.
intensely, no.
If we stopped him there, we would have been like, all right, bye. But then I'm sure somebody in one of those two DM seats would have been like, all right, how can I fuck with them more? Like,
Kidnap Essen
yeah. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
again.
I think heartwarming was coming back to Ashfield, like seeing things just like be better and like being,
Oh,
honestly.
like respected and like looked up to and like being thanked. And,
Yeah,
Also,
everything
that
about
other-
Ashfield has been very
the-
heartwarming.
well, yeah, there was another
Umberlith,
city where
or
we like cured it. Yeah, where we cured like
when
a
we cured the
disease and then it came back
sickness
to
or
like,
something.
"Oh, shit, back."
Yeah.
That was nice.
That was the closest we got to having like a king or somebody like royalty be like, respect. Otherwise, anybody else we run into that's even slightly royalty is like, get the fuck out of my face.
We used to it.
Who are you, idiot?
Y'all haven't gotten that close to any of the really high seats in
No,
the
yeah.
countries.
That was
Who's
kind
on
of
the
how
council?
it was funny. Like, not to always compare things to Critical Role, but it was like the first one was like really early on. They were like the right hand team of like the main king of the land, and then like the second campaign was like we're a bunch of slums for like most of the campaign, and then like towards the end they kind of got ingratiated with some of the kings and queens and stuff, but it was kind of neat. And then the third one, as far as I know, it's like there's like no royalty anywhere
Fuck
so
all,
far.
yeah, no. World's ending.
It's interesting. Who knows? Maybe.
Brenna,
next
were
game.
you saying something earlier?
I just said like everything about Ashfield has been really heartwarming. Like just that whole storyline has been really fun.
It
So
was really heartwarming for Feyre every time she gave all of her gold away to random people.
hey, I stand by that.
Then you tried to steal 5,000 from a poor worker.
Turns right around. You don't need this money. Give it back.
No, I gave it back.
You freaking poor.
Oh,
This isn't related to the question, but one moment I did like where all of the party was just doing their thing. I think it was when we were journeying to Ashfield and Vera was giving the people who ambushed us their money again. Yeah, someone was just angry. It's just, I think Sal was like, "What are you doing? Why?" And then Taz and
Yeah.
Cinnamon were just intimidating, trying to be
Like-
intimidating.
Scram, you little punks! Like,
Well, you were walking, and I was putting lightning right behind each step.
that's right.
Oh,
my
no
gosh.
kidding.
Now that
Just like
reminds me of in Critical Role around the same time, there was a group of bandits that to the Mighty Nine that tried on them twice.
Oh,
Yeah.
Same group.
These guys again. I think 3 times. So.
Yeah.
Like a group
Bubba
of
was so funny.
workers. Yeah.
Y'all had that. That was fun when y'all had the group of people masquerading as the wind trolls trying to
Oh yeah.
run your
Yeah.
pockets.
We're
I
like,
forgot about them.
are you really one?
Things up, yeah.
We've
And then
met
you
a
see the.
couple.
Well, no, that was before you had met the wind trolls. And then you saw the
really?
actual ones. You're like, oh yeah, that's them. Yep.
Oh, but we were looking for them. Yeah, we were looking
Yeah.
for them, and we were like, "Oh, your wind trolls, great! We're looking for you. Can you help us?" And they're like, "No, give us all your money." We're all like, "This doesn't seem right. something's off."
That was fun.
Man.
Cool. Well, let's make some more heartwarming. Okay. So
What? Hey,
don't worry about it.
What are they?
just caught a
Okay.
little aboleth.
You just killed a big fish.
Oh yeah, big fish.
Sharks.
Sharks.
Shark
Had a
attack.
good meal.
Shark attack.
No, that is not how that song goes.
Shark
Oh my
attack.
If you're
God.
gonna sing an annoying song, you gotta sing it right.
Can you
No.
super mute?
That is a line in the song.
No,
buddy.
it's not.
Yes, it is.
Spencer, how
All right.
often do you watch that song?
Well, while this is happening, I need Adam. Can you roll a d4 for me?
Sure.
Oh god.
Come on.
It's gonna
Wait,
be
weren't some of you guys like diseased?
It's gonna be a 3.
Yeah, it's Pharaoh, Cinnamon, and
Hey,
Taz.
I called it. It's a 3.
All right.
Shark Attack is not in the lyrics.
Get
I
wrecked.
love how you looked
Get
that up.
freaking wrecked, Spencer.
It is in the Boy Scout version.
I knew.
Yeah, the Boy Scout
All
version
right.
is stupid.
Okay. All right. Bring it in. Bring it in. Bring it in. All right. So, you all, after having defeated, supposedly, seemingly, the enemy of the
Hopefully.
hour, you all begin to rise to the top of this large lake pond in the center of this island. And as you do so, you all eventually come up from the bottom of this abyss. And it takes you a little while.
We have the
because-
sharks, remember?
Oh yeah, the sharks.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot. Yeah. So with the help of the sharks, y'all are moving at a more normal speed in the water. A swimming speed is applied to you as you hold on to the back of these momentarily enlarged sharks by whatever fey essence was seemingly imbued into them at the end of the last encounter.
Siren.
Yeah, Zyron as well. If you're hanging on to him, I think how long is he active for? A while, right?
Like 8 hours, I think.
Oh my god.
Can double check. Let's see.
Does it take at least like 2 minutes to get to the surface?
I'd say maybe around that long.
It's like 500 feet.
At least a minute or so. Yeah, it's
6 hours.
Max health.
So as you break the surface of the water, you all see, as I described last time, Reyna, hands on hips. You can see the sailors, Vezeron, and the rest of the crew that were brought along, just kind of kind of breathing really hard, leaning over on their hands and knees on the edge of the water, and Raina just looking down at you all. You can see an absolute mass of just fishermen bodies scattered across the area behind her. Some look as if they've returned to a humanoid form, and others still in maybe some form of hybrid. But as you surface, Raina just looks at you all and just goes, "Took you long enough."
At the service, I'm gonna vomit first, just because of everything that's happened. And then, once I regain my composure, I'm gonna try a lesser restoration on myself to see if that would stop the fishification.
Right. Before you do that, I will say, in the couple seconds after you surface and Raina says that, you hear Cinnamon kind of heaving on the side there of the edge of the water, and you all of a sudden hear like the sound of someone struggling for breath. As Taz, you suddenly realize you cannot breathe.
Do we all notice that?
You kind of, I would say, out of the corner of your ear, you hear like Taz trying to breathe
Dude,
right now.
isn't he dead though? How does that work?
Technically, I don't read.
So, well,
How does that work?
Wait a
you
minute.
are a vampire, but
Technically,
in
we
the
don't need to
current
breathe.
state, it seems like there's some kind of other force compelling you
To breathe, and I
right
can't
now.
breathe above water.
Something's icky.
You're a
Okay.
mermaid.
God,
Everyone-
okay.
Well,
Everyone make a perception check for me real quick.
does he look like Adam just looked right now?
Can I do like an investigation of myself?
29.
Sure, with this,
Oh my
well, this is a
gosh.
quick glance first, and then you'll be allowed an investigation in a second.
Lay even.
Or caption.
For
It's a
caption.
measly 26.
21.
Okay. Okay. So, I'll say you all quickly pick up on the fact that Cinnamon, Feyre, and Taz, their skin looks a little different. As you look, you can see it's slightly translucent, more see-through than it was before, and it kind of has a similar slimy texture to it that seems similar to the creature that you all just fought off. But strangely, it seems Taz is the only one that is struggling to catch their breath in the moment.
I'll try a lesser restoration on him, see if it works.
Right. You do so. You place your hand on him. Taz, are you still staying above the surface of the water?
For now,
Or
yeah.
you-
I guess I don't know what's going on
Okay.
in the first moment here.
What's your constitution?
For 18.
So I believe you can hold your breath for 4 minutes, if I'm not mistaken on that. I gotta
I
look it up.
think it's something. It's like 4 or 5, somewhere around there, from what I remember.
So you're not gonna like pass out in this instant, but like you were trying to take a relaxed breath and you're like, wait, that's not working. So
That's what, yeah. I figure by the time he'll start freaking out, like if it's like longer than he can hold his breath. But
yeah. Give me 1 sec.
I just looked this up the other day too.
So lesser restoration, correct?
Mhm,
Let me look
yeah.
at it real quick. Or did you already post it? No.
Oh,
okay,
not yet.
I got my little magic app on the phone.
All right.
Okay. So, you move over to Taz, correct? And you place your
Yeah.
hand on him. Okay. And you watch as like his skin seems to react at first, and then it just kind of returns to the same texture that it was. Like the slimy, it's still there. Seems to have had no effect, and Taz, you still cannot breathe at the moment.
Okay, I'm gonna
Well,
call
he
out
does
to
that. Oh, can I just try to get back in the water and see?
Yeah.
Can I breathe in the water?
As soon as you go back down, you're like, everything's fine. You can breathe once more.
Okay.
I'm-
I'll get
that's
like
good.
just to the point where I can be like squatted down and just have like my face above the water.
I'm gonna
Like,
try lesser
dark
restoration on myself.
Okay. You do so, and you watch as slowly that slimy texture begins to fall away, and your skin returns to its normal hue.
Okay, does it feel like? Do I still feel that change happening in my body?
You feel like it has been subdued.
Okay, I'll do the same for Farah,
Woohoo!
and
and then Reina, are you able to cast any spells today? I'm all out. I'm tapped out for now.
I can probably muster something.
Okay,
now, well, hold on. Now that the like kind of frightening, like didn't know this was happening kind of thing has gone away, can I attempt to just not breathe like I normally do?
You can do so, yeah.
Or do I have to breathe?
I'll say make another wisdom saving throw for me.
Okay. To see if like this affects.
To see if you can resist the urge to, because there's, even though you know at this point that you don't need to breathe, there's something compelling you to breathe in this moment.
Hey, not too bad
12,
for me.
that's unfortunately not enough at the moment right now.
The 14 that I needed for like the entire fight.
Oh, the DC, yep. But yeah, it's a strange sensation. Like normally it would be the other way around. Like you'd be holding your breath and your body's compelling you. Oh no, that is the way it works. Never mind. Yeah, you're like, I don't need to breathe, and you're like, your body's like, no, I need to breathe, bro. Like, what are you doing?
All of a sudden, yeah.
Bro.
But you're used to not having that urge anymore. But now it suddenly comes back, and you're like, ugh.
Oh, I forgot how this feels, peasants. Having to breathe.
Raina just kind of stretches her fingers.
I'll give her some diamond dust for greater restoration.
She actually just holds her hands out and was like, I don't need that. I don't think. We'll see.
Okay.
Thanks, though. Cass, come over here.
What do you want?
And I will say, looking at Taz, you're mimicking gills, and the keen-eyed of you, whoever rolled.
Oh, me.
Yeah, I'd say everyone who rolled above a 20, you can see just the faintest hint of like slits in Taz's neck where gills might be.
You're a fish boy.
As you swim,
man, part orc, part vampire, part fish.
That's almost as multi-class as Sal.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
For real.
As you swim over, Raina just leans down and forms the components required for Cinnamon. You recognize as a greater restoration spell, and she places her hand on Taz's shoulder, and you watch as the energy filters in, and Taz, you don't feel any different. And you all watch as the kind of filmy, translucent skin is still there, and Raina just kind of leans back up and just goes, I thought that would work.
I did too.
Guess we're gonna have
But
to
it did
kill
work
him.
on.
Should we be
Did it work
concerned
on
that it's
Cinnamon and
not
Farah?
working?
Yeah, but
Both of you seem fine now. But it
hadn't
seems like
quite
whatever
set.
is affecting Taz is totally different.
Hold on. Can I? Oh, I don't know if I have spell slots. Nope.
You can
I
see
don't.
Raina's just kind of thinking for a moment to herself as you all are conversing.
Is it because it started controlling your mind? Is it like some deeper sort of transformation? What about any potions? Do we have any potions that
I have a Gossamer Drop.
revert?
It's the
That's
same
the
as
same
the
as a
lesser.
lesser.
Yeah.
Is it?
You can still hear the heavy breathing of Vezeron and Victor and Wolgraff, just like they're actually just laying down on the ground now. Just not even paying attention to what you're all doing, just trying to.
Fair enough.
Cinnamon, roll an intelligence check for me, real quick.
Just straight intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 9.
Well, actually, I'll let you use your druid stat. Go and roll. You can roll
Medicine?
wisdom on this.
Oh, wisdom. Okay.
Yeah,
16.
16. Okay. You've dealt with diseases before, and while you're not exactly sure that that's exactly what this is, it seems like some kind of affliction that has affected Taz's biology and yours and was it Feyre as well, I think.
Yeah.
Feyre's as well. And you feel like a spell that has the effect that Greater Restoration does should work. And you're like, huh. The entity you just fought was seemingly empowered more than it should have been. Maybe a stronger spell might work.
Well, that sucks because I'm fully out of spells except one level 4.
Cinnamon, you know that thing that you do with the air when we're underwater?
Wait, what? Wait, I'm sorry. What?
The air bubble?
What?
With the air bubble?
Yes.
Could you do the same thing to Taz, but the opposite?
I
Or
put
just like a
him-
little globe of water around him?
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
For the meantime.
I mean, Taz, just take no water of skin and just pour the water on. Did we see any amount? Was there any of that book left over down there, or was it completely destroyed?
Those eels
Unless you
coming
took
at it.
unless you took a second to go and look, you wouldn't know. You at the last you saw it, it got blown up into tons of pieces, just scraps.
Okay,
Can I do this? I'm gonna cast. I'll say I'll be right back. Anybody want to come with? We all have underwater reading.
yeah.
Who's like Sal has the best insight, but you can't
I'll
see
go
in the
with.
dark.
I'll go with. I have a
Okay.
drift globe.
I
I'll
have
go
the
with.
best insight.
Or not
I'm
insight,
going
I
with.
meant investigation. I grabbed Sal. I cast expeditious retreat on myself, and I
Okay.
can swim at 30 feet. My swim speed is 30 feet, so I can do 90 feet in 6 seconds. So I grab Sal and like just cast expeditious retreat on myself and just like book it down.
Okay. If you're double dashing, is that doubled then? 180?
That is, I can do 30 in a regular movement, so 90 would be the double dash, right?
Would be double. Okay, with expeditious retreat.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
so with
can do 45.
yeah, with you dragging Sal, you'd be at 45. So yeah, there you go. All right. You all start heading down. Is anyone else doing anything in this moment?
I'm just on the surface. I'm on the surface still.
I'll stay on the surface as well.
Okay.
We'll be okay.
Yeah, same.
All right, Taz and Sal, you head down. It takes you about a minute and a half to 2 minutes, I'd say, to get back down to that prior level, but you do make it, and you can see, as before, the platform and this like shrine, it seemed, has kind of caved in slightly, and there is even more ruin from where there was before. Is there anything you're looking for specifically?
And I search. I'll have Sal look around like the podium where the book was and stuff like that, and I'll search the thing.
The Aboleth's body still there?
Or did it like disappear?
Melt away.
The body was mostly consumed by the shark.
Oh, that's right.
But you did collect the
Three
eyes. Cinnamon did. There are a couple scraps of flesh here and there, but they're.
I will search the pedestal for clues.
Okay, I will say as the structure kind of collapsed and the dust is still kind of settling within the water, the pedestal is no longer in one piece. It's like kind of tracked down the center, but you can kind of swim into that crevice and look around if you'd like.
Pronounced crevasse.
Crevasse. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, I will.
Okay, go ahead and make an investigation check for me.
I'll just kind of help them. We'll stick together.
And I'm assuming you're bringing light with you, Sal. So.
Yes, I have the drift globe and I can cast light on the Dagegger.
Are you're helping him, you said, Taz?
Yeah, I'll just kind of help him,
so-
like lift some kind of big thing out of the way, whatever he needs to be able to see.
Advantage.
Advantage, yeah.
Investigation. That's a 12.
God dang it.
Oh my
I rolled an 8 and a 4.
Oh my gosh.
So you kind of swim down, and like I said, the sediment is still settling from the massive amount of motion and destruction that occurred. So it's a little difficult to see, even with the light that you have. It's kind of reflecting off the particles and making things murky. But as you swim down and kind of feel around, Taz kind of helps, like you said, move some larger sections of the stone out of the way to give you a better view. And you do indeed find what appear to be some waterlogged, or are they, pieces of parchment here and there. I'd say you pick up with a 12, maybe 3 or so small scraps.
What do they say?
As you take a look at them, what languages do you know?
Common. Dwarvish. However, I believe I will take the time to cast comprehend languages.
Okay.
I know Common, Orcish, Giant, and Vampire
So
speak.
I know
Blah blah blah.
I know everything.
You must touch this service.
So it'll take 10 minutes to cast it, but I'll just say, Taz, keep looking for stuff.
Sure. I'll keep digging. Where we found the pages, I'll just try to like keep digging and moving rocks to see if I find any more pieces of the book.
You can give me another investigation check while he's casting this spell. The DC is going to be a little higher just because you already made one check.
Sure. Nailed it.
Typical.
One more page.
As much as you try, it seems like the fireball spell, despite it being under the water and the destruction of this shrine, have scattered the pieces of this book far and wide. And you find just like another small sliver of paper there.
That's fair. Makes sense. If I do that and that's all, it seems like I'm just finding like ashes and stuff. Can I take a minute with my like super fast speed that I have for a little bit here? Where is it? How long does it last? 10 minutes. So I think it would last a while, right? Can I take a minute to just do like a lap around kind of like the battle area where we were and see if I find anything else just like sitting out on top? Around.
Tridents.
Just well, yeah, whatever.
Gotcha.
Are there any tridents though?
There were
You don't see any of them.
a couple of the blob fish people had like spears or something, but
They form spears at tentacles.
Yeah, out of their pseudopods, just kind of.
That's
Gross.
very that's very anime.
Hey, hey. What can I say? No.
Remember who our DM is.
Don't worry, there's more anime coming. Okay.
Next campaign, all anime.
It's just Gurren Lagann over again. Okay. Sal, as your spell comes to fruition, and you attempt to read bits of this book, what you're able to comprehend is not what you expected. With the seeming purpose of this book, you expected some kind of dark ritual or some kind of evil spell or evil scheme, and what the pieces of what you read seem to be a very, for lack of a better term, normal story of sorts. Almost reads like a play in some ways, with dialogue kind of jumping back and forth between individuals from where you can see. And I'd say with the scraps you have right now, you aren't able to pick up on anything nefarious, which is strange to you.
I'm gonna read it like out loud.
Okay. It'll take you a second. Taz, give me one more investigation check. Just looking
Okay.
for.
I'm just looking like the whole area all around.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shout, "Hey Taz, look for tridents."
Not terrible, but
Okay.
11.
Okay. It was 11. I will say
We find 11 tridents.
You don't find anything that's. You do get a better look at some of the carvings here and there, and this massive relief of this creature that is now cracked in the center, and it's good craftsmanship. It's well crafted, and you can tell it's, even without a ton of knowledge on the subject, you can tell it's been here for a while. And this, also the fact that this lake slash pond, this body of stagnant water, is much larger than it seems from the top. Even as big as it was up there, it kind of widens out, and there's a large area here. You don't find anything that is super remarkable to you, but you can pocket 5 gold pieces and 2 silver that you find just kind of lying at the bottom.
While this is happening, on the surface, someone's gonna remember the vision he had earlier. It's hello, Mantianxian. I think we've accomplished what you wanted us to do. Would you be able to help our friend out?
Say, as you say those words, you feel that presence once more. There's been a lot of presences recently, but a more benevolent presence. Not malevolent, that's the opposite. Kind of come over you, and once again, there are no words shared with you, but you just feel this sense of calling, this sense of beckoning coming from the base of the large tree in the clearing.
I'm gonna go there.
Okay.
We wait until just come back.
Oh, I don't. Maybe. I think we could try multiple things at the same time. If it is an arts fair, I think they'd be fine waiting for just a bit.
Want to get into any trouble while we're and split apart?
Yeah.
I think this.
That's fair.
Sal, you begin reading the words aloud. And let's see. What stat would be best for this? Make an insight check for me.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh,
26. Okay.
that was an advantage. I don't know if you want me to roll it again.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, roll it regular.
Yeah. I mean, the
Oops,
26 was the
yeah.
first roll. 18. That's still good.
Yeah, 18. Okay, cool. I will say, as you're reading the bits of this, and it's not much that you're able to read, and you know that it's scattered. It might not even be from pages anywhere near each other. But as you read a bit of a passage that is available to you, you feel like there is some kind of effect or manifestation of power that is attempting to take place, but in its scattered nature, as you read these portions of whatever the full aspect of this might have been, it's not able to come to fruition. It's like trying to climb a slippery cliff. It's like it starts to coalesce and then it just kind of falls away. I say about that time that you finish that, Taz kind of swims back over with a few coins richer.
What kind of runes and stuff are like on the pedestal and like around?
Also, I'll say
or
that
any kind of script, any kind of writing, I'm going to investigate it.
okay. Also say, because I forgot to mention it, it is written in Daedric.
Cool.
Daedric runes in the book. Yeah, looking around the area, go and make a perception check for me on this one.
Yeah. Yeah. 20.
20. Okay.
That was a terrible roll.
I mean, the end result was pretty good. Looking around the area, as Taz kind of swims towards you, you can see there is a bit of writing here and there on like the shrine that has been constructed. It is also broken in places, but you can see passages of writing that seems to be in, well, I'll say with this one, you don't, even though you understand the language, you don't recognize what it is.
Yeah, I think that's correct.
Because I don't think the Cumbrian languages necessarily tells you that, but you are familiar with Daedric. Yeah, you know what that looks like. But this one, you're not familiar what it is, but it has passages of much like you would expect to see in like a church or something, like revering Ornosath, this creature, calling it a benefactor, a parent, in some cases, and its journey to reclaim what was once his, as you heard it or him refer to multiple times, and just kind of descriptions of the boons that those that follow will receive should they be obedient. But nothing seems to give you any deeper clue here as to what that black book was or is. It seems, I would say, you in this moment you get the sense that it was seemingly removed from whatever, in some way, from this shrine and maybe even the aboleth itself. It was something separate.
Yeah. Can I
And the
do
fact,
like
yeah, I was just gonna say the fact that it's written in Daedric also might give you a clue. But yeah, what's up?
Can I like study Sal or Taz and try to like get any kind of like can I get a sense of if there's like a magical hold on him in some way?
Great. Yeah, make an Arcana check for me.
In other words, I'm gonna feel him up.
Calm down.
11.
What happens
Oh,
in the big
yes.
pond stays.
Stays in the big pond. That's right.
With an 11, I will say you didn't see this creature like cast any arcane incantations of any sort. It didn't seem like it was a spellcaster of any type. It definitely seems like this is some kind of, if not natural, some kind of innate effect that this creature had in some way. So you don't think anything like a dispel magic or any kind of spell affecting ritual or spell would necessarily have an effect on this.
Okay.
It seems as if yeah.
The fish people that we killed, when we killed them, they reverted back to their human forms, correct?
Correct, yes.
Interesting question.
Well, I don't know if Rose, I don't know if you witnessed Sal's conversation with Lord Darkflame.
I told her about it.
Okay.
Oh. Okay.
Hey, Taz. How are you feeling?
Fishy. I only speak in fish now.
Let's say also, Taz, in this moment, it feels even better to be underwater than it did before.
Yeah.
You're turning into a mermaid.
Blur, blur, blur.
Hate this.
That's so confusing.
Please continue, Spencer.
Mermaid vampire.
Good character trait.
Blah, 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 blah. You know how I had a conversation with Damien? It was about Feyre, but you were kind of included in that. Do you enjoy the new abilities that you have, being what you are now?
I mean, they're not bad. I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything that I wasn't missing out on before. People always gave me ugly looks when I walked through a town when I was just a regular half-orc, so nothing I'm not used to.
How are you feeling? Your thoughts? Have they changed in any way? Your intentions? Your feelings towards people?
I mean, I still care about all of you just as much.
Do you feel different?
There's a chance, I think. I used to question killing people or creatures a little bit more. But if it's, I mean, I would do anything to protect any of you. I would kill anyone, but
As would I mean,
I think I
cut
don't
the head off of the nearest
after the
person
fact.
if it meant that one of y'all was safe. But
I used to at least kind of question it after the fact, but we've also been doing this for a while, so I'm not sure.
that's what I'm most worried about with you and Feyre. Damien said that if either of you were to die in the current form that you're in and were brought back to life and were resurrected, that the vampirism would be gone when you came back. And with it would be the changes that you're talking about. And don't tell any of the others this. And I'm not plotting to slit your Feyre's throat in your sleep. That's not what I'm doing. However, I don't know what this fish thing is, but I do know that the fish people that we killed earlier, when they died, they turned back to their human form. And so, like I said, I don't know what Raiden can do. I don't know what Cinnamon can do. But if nothing works and you're stuck being Shark Boy, then we might be able to kill two birds with one stone. As grim as it might be to have to kill you and then bring you back, I'm just so that you know.
Spitballing ideas.
I do think that some of the abilities I've been given because of it, and based on the things that we're facing ahead of us, I do think it makes me stronger in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I agree. It's just
I feel more comfortable for Feyre's well-being as well, but I know that she has taken this a lot harder than I have. So,
and I'm not saying this to like plan out doing it, just theoretically, because I can't ascertain what this thing afflicting you is right now.
that's fair. Well, there is a powerful being on this island.
Yeah, but yeah, right.
Might be able to help, but
right. Don't mention that to anybody else.
No, but I think when the time comes, if we all survive through this, I think it's something worth discussing.
Yeah. I read a story about a halfling who was kind of turned into another being in a similar fashion.
Good to know that there's hope.
But I don't not at all. I don't want to. But it's, well, I mean, Damien said that was one of the ways to get rid of vampirism. That and very powerful magic, which is not ascertainable.
That's fair.
Other than that, he said to embrace it.
That's what I've been doing. Yeah, I think, like I said, we've been given kind of opportune abilities for what we're doing right now, and I know I feel more comfortable not having to worry about Feyre. Cinnamon's kind of my biggest concern about who always finds himself.
Oh no, he's
middle of it.
definitely the strongest member of whatever we are, for sure.
Strongest member of the Avengers.
I mean, you see those sharks?
That's true.
I'm the strongest Avenger.
I'm the strongest Avenger.
Just let me know if you start to feel what you mentioned about not having remorse about having to deal with people. Let me know if that gets stronger.
Yeah.
I don't want you to lose your humanity.
It was a little bit weird with the fish guy above ground.
Oh yeah, yeah. Fuck them.
But he was kind of he was turned. He was. There was no hope for him. So.
Okay, we should
let's
probably
head
go back up. By the way, did you find anything?
Nope, just a couple gold pieces.
Are you gonna share or just keep them for yourself?
I mean, here, I hold my hand out and there's 5 gold pieces there. You can have 2.
Thanks.
Because we definitely always share all the gold that we find, right, Sal? Isn't that what we all agreed on?
I have never kept any gold for myself.
Don't even need to insight check that. All right.
That's a 24 for deception.
Let's just see, because why not?
Let's just fudge that to a 25.
An 8.
No, Sal's such an honest guy.
Anyways, I'll grab Sal and just start.
Yeah, I'm talking about killing you so that we can revive you. I'm so honest.
Yeah. I mean, hey, that's. Yeah, I'll grab Sal and we'll take off straight back up.
Why don't the two of y'all take some inspiration?
Hell yeah.
9.
I love a little Sal Taz collab. It hardly ever happens.
It doesn't happen often, yeah.
An interesting dynamic.
So, in the meantime, were y'all just kind of chilling in the pool, taking?
Because we would have been down there for like 30 minutes.
It's a while, yeah.
Probably. Because Cinnamon was going to
Recovering.
talk to a tree or whatever.
Tree beard. I'm gonna go get water.
Yeah. Is anyone else doing anything on the surface, or y'all just waiting?
I'm just
I
waiting.
mean, we were
recovering.
Were we trying to speak to Amanti and Zan?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
If Cinnamon tried to go off anywhere, I'd go with him.
So I'll follow. We stick together.
As you all are walking over in that direction, you see Bezron just kind of coughs a little bit and leans up a little bit and just kind of looks towards your group as you're walking over. Just goes, "Hey, we need to talk a little bit."
About what?
I mean, he just kind of weakly gestures over to Reyna.
There's a dragon with us, and then also they just like slaughtered like a shit ton of like fish people.
Too much he's on our side.
No, we told you we are to encounter dragons.
It's true.
But
Also, like, didn't she save you? So I don't understand what the issue is.
I mean, there's no issue with that. Thank you very much. And he just looks over
Is
to
she
her.
still dragon, or is she back to her?
No. She's back to her
Back to
normal form.
Okay.
Yeah. And he's just like, I just wasn't expecting anything like that.
Yeah, it's called the element of surprise.
Apparently,
But understandably, we still have to keep it a secret.
you don't mean that like
No, no,
yeah.
no, 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 no.
All right.
No, just don't
As
tell
long as you
anyone.
don't snitch.
Yeah.
We could.
I mean,
We won't, but
We could.
at this point, I wouldn't have been able to stop you. So
That's probably true.
We'll
gonna
go
go
get your
together.
treasure, and you just keep your mouth shut. How about that?
make an intimidation check.
Damn.
Let's see here.
Alton's very intimidating.
Only mildly. Oh, and that's
Yes,
fine.
he is.
He's wearing dragon scales. I mean,
That is true. Yeah.
Bezron just kind of it just kind of leans back against,
Right.
against like a rock that's kind of on the edge of the pool.
We got that covered.
All right. So, as you all approach this massive tree in the center of this clearing, Cinnamon, you can sense this is definitely where that presence is coming from. And as you approach, how close do you want to get to the?
I mean,
Touch it. Touch the butt.
I'll end up a few feet away from it.
As you do so, you don't need to make any kind of check to pick up on a sound that comes into your awareness as you hear and begin to feel what seems like rushing wind, but it seems like it's coming from behind you and pulling towards or into this tree. And in this moment, you get the sense of something breathing in a massive volume of air.
Is that the tree?
I'm
You
not
on that?
sure. I think so.
And as this continues for about a solid minute of just this slight drift of breeze past you, and it seems to, the more and more it goes on, the more you are certain that it is localized on the street, or it is all what's the word, coming into the center. There's a word for that, but I can't remember what it is.
Bird.
Converging, there we go, I like them. At this tree, which the trunk of it is probably at least, I think, did I write it in the description? I did not, but at least 60 to maybe even 100 feet wide. This is a thick tree. And you begin to feel a bit of a rumble beneath your feet as it slowly grows in intensity, not violent like an eruption, but just like a slight rumble of the earth. And you hear a voice seemingly emanate from the tree before you. And as it speaks very, very stately and slowly, every word taking its time to be fully pronounced. And I'll say it, for a comparison, probably around 4 to 5 times slower than the average person's talking cadence. But for the sake of our session, I'm not gonna
Let's
talk
RP
that
it.
stuff.
RP. RP.
I want full
I think-
immersion.
Full immersion.
Unless you want to be here till 5 a.m.
All in favor of full immersion.
Okay, I will speak the first word as slowly as it would be, and then I will not do so any longer. You hear from the vibration, the sound of a W.
Nope, can't hear
It's
any of
not
that.
even picking it up. No.
You hear a super slow welcome.
Boo.
I'll move the mic closer. Maybe that'll help. I don't know.
Thank you, Discord noise gate. That's all I'm gonna say.
Right? Yeah. No. Okay, I'm not doing that anymore. You hear a voice that kind of reverberates with as much bass as is physically possible to be in a voice is present in this, as like your whole body kind of vibrates as it speaks, and you hear, "Welcome to Evig."
To where? Evig?
Evig.
Okay. Like EVIG.
EVIG.
VINGO.
God. Is this the Feywild?
In some ways, and is not in others. That which you have surmised is correct.
Okay. Well,
I am the Treant King. And he says the entirety of his name, which is much longer than the form that you have come to know. Just the stating of his name takes probably about 2 minutes.
We're just sitting there like 2 full minutes.
But following the conclusion of that, he says, "You have my eternal gratitude for the service you have done me."
Has the corruption been removed fully then?
I'll say, as you ask that question, you can see in the area around you, it seems as if, and you've noticed over the course of the past couple minutes, the water has slowly been seemingly refining itself or being rid of that corruption. And as far as the clearing goes right now, everything seems in a much better state than it was. But it was slow progress, you noticed. And Emantianzin responds and goes, "It is in process."
Okay. Well, I want to say that you're welcome for my friends and I. We were able to defeat whatever was down there. But one of our friends did get hit and seems to be turning into one of those creatures that are on the surface. And we're not able to stop it. Do you have any? Are you able to reverse that process of transformation?
Just feel that deep, bassy rumble again, and you hear, "Bring them forth."
Okay, we'll have to wait for a bit. They are down there looking for answers. But
Well, this whole conversation has already taken like 3 hours, right? So
Yeah, honestly, around this time, they probably surface.
oh, there
Can
they
we
are.
see them surface from like where we are?
Yeah, you can. The tree, just to give you another visual once again, this tree, massive tree, is in the center of the clearing, and the roots kind of like wrap around the pond. So you're kind of like
whoa.
around the lake, yeah. So if you could be in the water, if you wanted to, but you are able to kind of go around and get up in front of the tree. There's like a bit of a landing right before the water's edge that you're kind of at, and you see Sal and Taz emerge from the water in the center.
Yep. As we come up, I'm going to walk over to what's his face? Vezeron.
Mhm.
And I'm going to hold up my hand like this. Say, hey, Vezeron.
He actually, as you say, hey, he jumps. It's like,
Oh, sorry.
goodness.
Found some treasure, and I'm going to. Does he extend his hand?
He just kind of, yeah, hesitantly.
I'm gonna place my fist in his hand and like grasp it like this and say, "Found you some treasure," and then I'm gonna like pat it and then keep on walking past him.
All right.
Poor guy.
He just kind of stares at it for a moment and shakes his head and just kind of pops. All right. Sal and Taz make their way over. Do you inform Taz of what has been imparted upon you?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
Taz,
I'm
do you
just
Oh,
pouring water on Taz's gills in the meantime.
Okay. Sure. Do you step forward, Taz?
Sure. I'll
Okay.
take one last big breath, and I can hold my breath for like 5 minutes, so I'll step out of the water.
Okay. As you approach, you also feel and hear that kind of bassy rumble, which is always present. And then it kind of moves to a crescendo as then the voice kind of emerges from it. And as you step up, the voice goes, "Extend your hand and touch."
I do so.
Right. And you watch as some of the reflective bark on the outside of this tree kind of shifts as Taz's hand presses against it and kind of forms to fit the shape of his hand. And you all watch in terror for a second as Taz's skin suddenly shows that same reflective crystalline texture. And Taz is suddenly just made of like mirror crystal for a moment. And you kind of have that moment of panic before it slowly begins to crack and fall away. And over the course of about 30 seconds, this all crumbles away, and Taz is once again returned to the form he was prior to the battle.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Do I feel like
Okay.
anything else about me changed besides just the fishiness going away?
I'll say, as it happens, it almost feels like you're not inhabiting your body for a moment. Like you're looking, it's like a out of body experience. You're like looking down on yourself for a moment, and then you return to yourself. It's a strange sensation. But other than that, no, you don't feel any different. You feel back to your previous self, back to your normal self.
Okay, good.
Farah, how are you feeling?
I feel fine since Raina helped out.
And
I don't think
I'll
I'm burning
clarify.
any gills.
I'll clarify. You're still a vampire. You're not
Right.
a fish boy.
Good.
Yeah.
Just checking.
Whew.
I was like,
Yeah.
am I just absolutely cured of like all things?
No, you're new normal.
Okay.
Oh god.
Yeah, I'm like, I think I'm fine. I'm not growing any gills.
All right. And then, how does Cinnamon still feel a body transformation happening?
You seem to have thwarted it
Okay,
in time.
I gotcha.
So you get the sense that Taz was affected by something slightly more deep-seated than the rest of you.
Okay.
But the voice rumbles up once again and just goes, I have no doubt you have many questions.
I'll have taken a short rest while he said that.
Not quite. 2 minutes shy. No. No. But I'll say, I mean, over the course of however long this conversation is, you all can potentially take a short rest. We'll keep tabs on it.
And at this point, can all of us hear him?
Yeah. All of you can hear.
Well, what question do we have first?
Well, we did come looking for Prime Remnant.
Mm-hmm.
Was the primary reason why we came to the island.
Do you know this man?
Another question.
Are you casting minor illusion?
No, that's a joke. That's just the question that we ask everybody, you know?
As you say, you all were looking for a prime remnant, Yatsen, the voice rumbles up once more and goes, yes, I have seen this. But first, I must provide a lesson in history.
Brother.
As I gather, during this time we take a short rest.
3 hours later.
Listen to this bedtime story and try not to fall asleep.
Can somebody like start a recorder and then we all like just go to sleep and then we
Oh my
play it
God.
back. We
Try
play
not
it
to fall
back at like
asleep
5
challenge.
times speed. Play it back at like 5 times speed, so it's just like normal speed.
The voice continues, goes, do you know
The Muffin Man.
The Muffin Man?
Sal and Farah get pushed into the water.
Yeah, what's your armor class? No. Do you know by which you stand in this moment?
I don't follow that question.
I don't know what that means.
Are you aware of power of this place?
With the solar eclipse and oblivion?
You get the sense he's asking about where you currently stand right now, where you are.
Oh,
On the tree trunks.
I'll kind of turn around and just be like, got any ideas?
Didn't we know that there was a dark ritual that happened here a long time ago? They're trying to recreate? This is where it happened, right?
Reyna speaks up and goes, that wasn't here. It was technically on another island a ways from here, in the same sea, but not here.
Then no.
And the voice speaks once more and just goes, you are on the island of Evie.
piece of my domain on this plane of existence. A piece of the land of fairy manifested. And behind you sits what is known as the Time Spring.
About that, you wouldn't have happened to need that story playbook that was down there, did you?
Oh, that was part of the correction.
Okay.
I thank you for sundering it.
What's that?
It was a play of some sort. Would I have been able to ascertain like the nature of what it was, like just like an empowerment or something, right?
The effect it was having on the aboleth definitely seemed like an empowerment, yeah. Of some sort.
And like as I was reading it, was that kind of, or could I not really ascertain?
From what you read, it did not seem anything like that, which was strange. That was the strange part about it. But in response to this, he goes, that book was an attempt by malevolent forces to stunt the reach of my knowledge. If you are not familiar with my domain, I am the sage of the Sealy Court. My roots are connected to many places, many entities. I listen to the wind and to the animals and to fairies and songs of elves. I am a collector of a great deal of information, and I never forget. So I know it is answers that you seek and power that you hope to gain. And in return for your service to me, I shall reward you with the knowledge you seek. And you all can see and kind of feel from behind you a glow seeming to emanate from the what he referred to as the time spring behind you.
Is that the lake that he's referring to?
Correct, yes.
Okay, cool.
And as you turn, you can see the image of the lake currently reflecting the dark mist above begins to shift. Its reflection no longer there, changing in a strange way. And you hear the voice once more go, I shall show you what has already taken place. And you watch as the image of the top of this water suddenly changes, and you see glimpses of what appears to be I'll say beautifully crafted architecture. Flashes of a country, a civilization, and a beautiful capital city ringed in and ornamented in precious metals and gems.
and then a flash, and you see that magnificent country and that beautiful city razed and turned to smoking ruin. You see the form of a silver dragon, tears spilling forth from its eyes, and those tears being captured by servants of darkness. You then see that same silver dragon captured and forced to undergo some kind of procedure, ritual. You see a flash of a large urn or pot set upon a pedestal, and what looks like a font of energy rising from this dragon and filtering into it. And then that energy is suddenly severed. You see the dragon on death's door, barely alive, and then shunted into a dark place for a long time, slowly changing, evolving, and harboring deeper and darker emotions. Before you see the form of the same dark, black, and purple-hued dragon that you saw emerge from the portal at Heaven's Frame, emerge from that dark place after much time. As you watch these visions, Feyre, you feel the presence of Lyra perk up in your mind.
Do you recognize this?
Though she's been somewhat slumbering for quite some time, as you're witnessing these things in the time spring, you feel this creeping notion, this almost rising horror, much less erratic, almost no confusion. You feel Lyra's consciousness solidify, this regal authority rising within herself. As she witnesses what you all see, you feel her just whisper almost to herself in the back of her mind the name Orsa.
Is that your name?
As you ask this of her, she almost snaps out of this awakening. Not losing herself, but realizing more and more. She answers your question. No, it is... She became voiceless. She was one of the dragons. Gentle, beautiful. She led the nation Orson. She shied away from the world. Kind as she was unwilling to work with she hid herself away. Extreme caution was her undoing. I don't know what happened to her until now. She continues to... She almost seems to choke up in horror, the confusion rising again. But then it fades as you continue watching the vision.
You see the form of that dark dragon disappear. And instead, you see a crimson hue begin to emerge from the pool. A red dragon, broken and clinging to life, collected by red-robed individuals and transported to another place far away. A flash, and you see that same red dragon, but now just a corpse in a dark cave. Darkness comes over the image, and you sense once more a great passage of time. And then suddenly, a spark of fire in that darkness. The sound of bones cracking and snapping into place. And the form of that red dragon, now decayed and skeletal in form, rising once more, a grin of evil ambition across its face.
As you feel Lyra witness this, she feels a deep dread come over her. Almost verbalizing her realizations, just so as though she didn't want to miss these thoughts coming to her mind for the first time in what must have been at least 1,000 years. She says, He was Miserod, the gifted. He was brilliant, passionate, red as blood, but cruel, undeniably. Insane, narcissistic. He fashioned himself a god. And he would not rest until he became this. I was warned against him, what he might do. He must have found some way to get what he wanted.
Image also begins to fade.
Do you think he could be behind what's happening now?
There is no doubt in my mind.
How do we stop him?
You hear the voice of a Mentansian come in once more and just goes, I shall now show you what is to come. You see, this time spring spans the timeline of all creation. I shall give you a glimpse into the future. And you watch as the image changes again. And you all see a I will say you all see what appears to be that
like a bead of darkness that slowly begins to take shape into a diamond. The same diamond that you've seen before when dealing with Kaz's helper, so to speak. And you watch as the key that you handed over is passed along to a figure adorned in crimson robes. There's a flash,
Really?
and you are suddenly high in the sky, looking down upon a massive blue expanse of ocean. And you sense that key being turned and something shifting as you see a massive, imperceptible barrier up to this point suddenly drop. And what is revealed is an immense freighter in the ocean, surrounded by a ring of rugged mountains, seemingly dredged up from the very sea floor. A massive ring of waterfalls continually splashing into a gargantuan basin at the bottom of this crater. And a collection of what looks to be broken islands, not sitting upon the water, though, but completely untethered and floating above the expanses of water beneath. And in the distance, small from here, you see two winged shadows, one of tattered crimson and another of deep black and purple, flying towards the center of these islands. And that image begins to fade as well.
Surely the key doesn't mean a literal key, we said.
It's a key, like a small group of islands off the coast.
Surely the prophecy can't mean this key. This
I think
literal
we-
key.
I think we had a
The key
sense
to
in
your
the
own
beginning that it
destruction.
wasn't that literal.
The key to your own destruction. Don't do that.
Prophecies, man. Like, yeah, I've been sitting on that for
Surely.
years. All right.
Surely it's metaphorical and not literal.
Metaphorical key.
How are we supposed to know?
As that image fades as well, you hear the voice once more. It goes, I sense despair in your hearts.
Cinnamon throws up.
Been doing that a lot lately.
We've been through a lot.
I have shown you what is yet to come, what cannot be prevented. However, there is still a task ahead for your crew. Hope is not yet lost. I have offered you the gift of knowledge. that I know you seek. But I am a generous Archfey. I have many more gifts to share. Are there other answers you seek?
Do we know how Mizarod was defeated last time? I'll
Reyna.
ask Reyna.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Reyna speaks up and just goes, I mean, as far as I know, Emilir and Zyron defeated him.
Zyron's still hanging out with us, by the way.
Yes, that's true. And you recall seeing the image of seemingly Mizarod beaten and broken, seemingly from that encounter.
And now we know he's come back, but has been like undead version of himself.
Seems that way.
Is there some kind of weakness he might have? And I'll ask the words Tienzian.
I do not know all, despite the far-reaching scope of my knowledge gathering. However, it does not seem that Mizarod's soul is still his own. The body he inhabits is not the seat of his power.
What does that mean? Does it mean that his power lies somewhere else?
Means that defeating him may not be the end.
What would
his,
be the end?
his life is like, tied something, harnessed through something else other than his body.
It's possible that he has split or removed his soul entirely.
Just
Defeating the body does not defeat the soul in this instance.
Is defeating the soul the task that we must do?
If the destruction of this creature and the prevention of the manifestation of oblivion is your goal, then yes.
Okay. Well, where can we find the soul?
That is beyond my grasp in this moment.
Okay.
But I can offer you other sources of knowledge and power. We do not have much time, and my powers are still limited by the corruption. But there is something I may be able to do for you.
When we entered here, well, how much time has passed on the prime material plane since we entered here?
The curse of this area is the passage of time on the outside. You will return, and many days will have passed.
We're fucked.
Yep. Tomorrow.
But despair not. I shall equip you should you prove yourself worthy.
How
You
do we
shall
prove
arrive
ourselves
in
worthy?
time. With
How do we prove? How do we prove ourselves worthy?
the sight provided to me, I can beckon the future and give you an opportunity to grasp knowledge and power which you have not yet acquired. However, the task is yours, and yours alone. You must earn such a boon. Are you ready to take on such a challenge?
Wait, is it right now, or can we
Rest
start
first.
it? Yeah, can we rest and discuss this first?
I am not an impatient entity.
Treaty.
Which that statement itself takes like 30 seconds.
I was about to say, Favor's holding the joke right now. It's so hard. She's trying to sit there and be like, "Don't say it, don't say it, don't say it." Well, I guess we should go think about this.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for this knowledge and opportunity, I guess.
Likewise, to help us decide, do you have any more information about what this task entails? Or is that something we have to find out for ourselves?
In this moment, there is no response to that question.
Okay.
He fell asleep.
Nice. Alright. Well, let's take some time to decide.
I will say, at this point, let's go ahead and take a break. And we'll come back. And I want all of you, if you haven't already, to please be ready to level up.
Level up. Level up.
No
level
way,
up. Level
really?
up. Level up.
Level 20, right? That's what he means.
Yeah, level 20,
Yeah,
yeah.
just
but
skip
that's what
all
he's-
the other levels.
Definitely not level
He's
20.
gonna. That's what he's gonna give us. He's gonna empower us.
Yeah, he's like,
by
I'm
leveling
beckoning the
us up.
future. Level
But,
20. Boom.
but go ahead and take a look at level 14 and
Nice.
level 15.
Yeah.
Ooh, I love it.
Let's go.
Oh, God. No.
Dun, dun,
What?
dun.
Oh, wait, I still don't get shape change, but
I was gonna say I have no idea what I get at level 15.
Do I take a rogue or a wizard or a sorcerer or a paladin?
What?
All right, so we'll take some time, give you all some time to prepare that a little bit. Let's make it 20 minutes just to give us some time. So let's come back at like 10
55?
yeah, 10:55, somewhere in there.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. See y'all.
Bye.
Matt.
I'm Paul.
What if I use 2 invocations to get this 1 invocation?
What is it?
It's the one that lets me teleport to whoever's wearing my talisman, or they can teleport to me.
Interesting.
But it requires a 12th level warlock.
Well, you never know what'll happen.
Also, just a warning, my mouse died for a very brief moment. It's a wired mouse, and it was dead for like a brief moment during the break. So, if hopefully that won't cause any issues because it's working right now.
Do you have a trackpad or?
I have. This is a desktop. I got nothing. I got a
Wait,
mouse or I got my keyboard. That's it.
Can you use your drawing tablet as a mouse?
Holy
though?
shit! I didn't even think of that. You're right. Okay, we're good. We're good. Okay. Yeah.
Modern problems require modern solutions.
The only trouble with that is that oh wait, no, it can act as a mouse on other
Monitors.
yeah. Except it is not doing that right now for some reason. Maybe I should figure that out while I still have mouse functionality. I think I'm gonna do that.
All right, how is everyone feeling?
Pretty
Pretty
good.
good. Too bad.
I'm ready to cast a 9th level
Shitty.
spell.
Oh my gosh.
I can become invisible. I could take that ability, but that doesn't do anybody any good. I'm prepared to. I'm gonna completely rebuild my entire character build into all warlock, all 15 levels. We don't need a barbarian anymore. Taz just loses all of his abilities.
I think that last fight actually proves the opposite.
No,
You
it was
need a
ridiculous. It was so ridiculous.
Because like you lost half your hit points, but anyone else would have been unconscious.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
2 minutes later, you were up to full HP again. So.
You literally. What is bestow curse?
And don't freak out. I mean, if you don't have everything perfectly down,
Did you say 2 levels?
I did.
1450.
I thought there was another.
I will say if we get that far, there probably won't be. We'll probably be ending the session somewhere around that point.
Okay.
But just to have an idea of what would be your capabilities in case you wanted to do anything at the end of the session. You know what I mean?
Okay. But for now, when we take our long rest, we're still level 13.
Yes, right now.
Okay, I also have a question. We round up or down?
For what? I mean, generally up for everything.
Or spell slots for multi-classing? I should remember this.
I don't know how that works.
Okay, spell slots for multi-classing, assuming it's a
Arcane Trickster. I know it's a 3rd, but I have 6 levels of Arcane Trickster right now. If I get one more,
Oh, of course.
rounded down.
I think it's rounding down.
Oh, yeah, it is. So
I think I would play that one ruled as written for that.
Yeah, it is rounded down.
Okay.
I just couldn't remember.
Okay.
When in doubt, there's also the multi-class. Oh, but that's what you're trying to figure out. Yeah, I think it is rounded down.
It is.
Okay.
Y'all need another couple minutes, or we could jump in.
Yeah, let's go.
Good to go.
Sure.
Right, to cast Feeble Mind. That's gonna be.
Ganesh, do you have access to fly?
No, I don't. But I mean, I have access to Windwalk.
That's
I could, but it would only be for one person.
I can take fly. I think I'm going to.
Okay. I mean, I do have reverse gravity.
Oh, you know, it would be whack.
What?
Wait, is fly concentration?
Yeah.
You say you have reverse gravity?
Yeah, reverse gravity. The
Greater invisibility is concentration too.
Yeah, the 7th level druid spells are crazy.
Gaseous form.
7th and 8th level. Honestly, level 7 and above, all of those spells are crazy.
I'll show you a gaseous form.
I think you're gonna show Brenna that, based on what she's told us.
Oh, man.
It's true.
I could take vampiric touch. That would be very fitting.
Mm-hmm.
You could also summon undead. Summon shadow spawn? What the heck?
Ever wanted shadow babies? There you go.
Terrifying. I don't want anything to do with that. Flock of familiars? Let's just put as many extra things that we have to control on the field as possible.
Jeez. No. That's a headache for all of us, really.
It really
Honestly.
is.
We're gonna go ahead and jump in, but feel free to keep perusing your options, that kind of stuff. Okay. So as you return, you all were offered this challenge of some sort, and you all requested some time to discuss and other things. I will say, in this moment, Reina just kind of turns to you all and just goes, "Well, that clears a lot of things up."
In terms of what exactly? There was a lot that happened there.
Yeah. Basically, everything's much worse than I thought.
Great. Yeah, that sounds about right. Did Vezeron in them see the vision?
Uh, you're not sure, actually. They're still on the far side of the lake.
Oh yeah.
Well, is there any reason why we take this challenge? I mean, the longer we wait, time is just passing faster.
Right.
If you can
have
help
a
us,
Yeah,
I think we should go for it.
I just want to take some time to make sure that we're all 100% for it.
I mean, it sounds like the only way we're gonna have any real shot of doing anything. So
I think so too, especially if we're going to have to fight 2 dragons. And it seemed like at least one of them was on par with Emilia. And that's another one of that's gonna be. Yeah, I agree. We need all the power we can get here. So, what about you? Yeah, I think you may be muted if you tried to talk earlier.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Oh, hello there.
Sal has kind of just been zoning out for a lot of this, kind of taking it in. He'll kind of just wake up. Sorry, I missed that.
Oh,
I don't know. I'm not sure what y'all are talking about. I didn't think that the key would be a literal key that we've had since forever ago.
Nobody did.
I feel like that's a big one that we overlooked.
Is it the same key though?
Is there anything else? Can we pull up the prophecy again? I feel like
Sorry, what did you ask, Cinnamon?
might be something.
I asked, what are your thoughts on taking Amanti and Zian's deal?
It's not gonna hurt anything, will it?
Yeah.
I don't know, at this point, any help is good help, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, from where we're standing.
Right. I agree.
We're in this thing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, and that was everyone who had said we're for Terraecis, and I think Taz.
Yeah,
Did Taz
correct.
say yeah? Okay. Is Adam loading for y'all the video?
Nah, he's fine
I
on
can
my
see
end.
him. I can see him.
Oh, I don't see him on my end. One sec, I'll be back.
Ooh, go back.
Hello.
Okay, yeah, it's back.
All right.
And so everyone's up for it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You
I think we
hold the
just-
key to your own destruction.
Yeah, nobody thought that was the literal key.
I think I understand most of the prophecy except one line that kind of
The twins
bugging
beam.
me. Yeah, a decision must be made as the twin team. Has that already happened?
I don't know, cause
Who are the twins, or what are the twins?
I remember early on, Sal for Heaven's Frame, that was once referred to as the Twins Peak or something like that.
yeah.
A decision must be made.
Can I focus on Lyra and just kind of say, do you know what the twin beams would be?
As you connect within yourself to ask Lyra this question, you feel your relationship with her has shifted. You feel more than any time before now that she has regained a sense of who she is herself. As you ask her, as you call her Lyra, you feel a shift in her mind. In Elvish, she says to you, "The only twins that I have known are those of the moon above. But from what I know, from what you have told me, you have met twins already." before.
Guys, what about the things with the faces, and one was nice and one was mean in the
The
Feywild?
Wintrolls?
No,
Oh,
No, the rocks.
the rocks. Oh, I totally
What
forgot about the Wintrolls. I went
what about?
way on the other side of things. It could
You
be
went way
Wintrolls.
further back.
Yeah, I did. I don't know which one's right, but I think
Are
it's
oh my gosh, I forgot their names.
You feel. Hold on, let me check something real quick.
confident that
to-
one of the answers is correct.
Where is.
Are you looking for the session with those rocks?
I had that session. Hold on.
Not session 87.
Quick with it.
No, I have it.
What are you doing?
This
Or
is
when
gonna
I
be.
actually
what?
take notes.
This is gonna be weird. Farrell, roll a wisdom check for me and add your sneak attack die to it.
What?
All of them?
All of them.
What?
Giving a mental strike to Lyra.
Yeah.
You want a wisdom?
That's right.
There's the wisdom. Not very great. Hold on. I don't know if that. Just give me a second. I think that is the worst I have ever rolled on sneak attack ever.
Man,
Like
it's about 24.
genuinely,
So,
I genuinely think that is the worst I've ever rolled.
okay, that's fair. That's fair. We'll roll with it. So what happens as you're trying to figure out, like, what the fuck is Lyra talking about? Twins we've already met? What are you talking about? As you're trying to dig through your memory, you feel Lyra start to help you. She is helping you dig through your memory through this awareness that she has never had before. And as you feel her guide your thoughts, you remember that the names of the twins that you have met. Damien and Emmeline.
The fucking dark things?
And
Twins?
the visage of Damien. That sickly grin as he struck you down. That smile on his face. And you remember something else. That face of his shifting. A truly sick and malevolent grin shifts into another person's face. A motherly smile. A kind, elven face, which you've seen only once before. In the library of Minelia Conta, but this time you see it in an entirely different context. A palace. Your palace.
What? I am so lost.
You sit upon your throne with the one you serve standing beside you. Emilir, protector of creatures. You are her high priestess. Of the Order of Emilir. In an age before any country was in the shape it was in now. Before the war, before anything, you were Nerilia Loth. Queen of Emilyria. In the Valley of Elves, of Flowers. And as all these memories come flooding back, your sense of self returns to you. You are Feyre, and she was queen a long time ago, before Lothamlad had its name. As she finishes guiding you through this memory, you see now what she realized, that one line in prophecy must have referred to that one moment when you chose to sacrifice your humanity for your friends. And you remember when she chose something. And that's all you get.
Am I the twin beams? I'm so confused.
No, the dark flames are the twins.
Are you sure?
Think
No,
so.
you're not. So
I'm pretty sure. Daniel's
it
pretty
could be
sure.
the
Yelpin's
twins.
not
They
sure.
could be the twins.
Why are they beaming?
But that's what I'm saying. What if
Because they
it's
were
not like actual twins? What if it's like
they were devilishly beaming that they fucking got us. They made
what if
you
it's
make
like
a choice.
twin scenarios? What if it's like twin
I think you're
scenarios?
overthinking it.
I don't think I'm overthinking it. Look at Mason's
I think
face.
you're overthinking it.
I don't think I'm overthinking it.
Loving
I
this.
think you're.
Feyre and Yalson are just going back and forth going, I don't think I'm overthinking
This is
it. I
just
think
their
you're
entire
overthinking
relationship.
it. Literally, everybody else around them is just like, let them hash it out. Okay, but are they twins? Are the Dark Flames twins? Do we know that for sure?
I think we know that they're not actual husband and wife.
Right.
They played that role.
But are they twins? Or is it that the moments are twins? Like something in Lyra's past and something in Feyre's past are twins. My past. Feyre's past? Whatever. Twins. I think I'm on the right track. I think
Decision
I've
must
cracked
be
the
made.
code.
All I know.
I don't know. How do we know this? We have to go talk to the other guy again?
The other guy referring to.
The tree dude. The really slow talker.
I mean, we can ask him, but I think the amount of answers that he's going. Well, we might as well try. Might as well tell him that we're up for the challenge in the morning.
Yeah, we do need some rest.
Mm-hmm.
We need wipe.
Yeah.
Can I recall if the Dark Flames are twins? Like, if I read somewhere that they might be twins, do they look like twins? Insight check. No, it's gonna be like a history check because I'm terrible at this.
I'll say make a history or a wisdom check.
Ooh. My history is actually higher right now because of my library abilities. So 24. That is the highest history check I have ever rolled in this entire campaign.
Let's go. Let's go.
Okay, hold on. Let me pull up my notes because.
Session 109 was once.
Also, can I
It was
get a
referenced
name
to us
check
there.
on what Lyra's real name is?
I'll do you one better and update the
Perfect.
Brand of the Forgotten for you.
That's awesome.
When that
Yeah, I was trying to figure out how to do that, but I don't think I have access to do that.
when that Ramna becomes awakened, does she just regain all of her memories again?
Oh, well, that just happened.
He is awakened.
Oh, nice.
So did she just regain all of her memories?
Yeah, in this moment of talking to a big dang tree that represents time to some degree, Lyra has regained at least a part of who she was, what she was.
Yay!
And she has awakened.
Good for her.
Here.
Good for her.
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
I don't think they're twins. Okay, on a side note though, this is really cool, whether it's the Dark Flames or me and Lyra or whatever. How cool would it have been had I guessed the little rock things on the first try that those were the twins y'all were talking about?
No stop.
Just saying.
No stop.
I think it could have been them.
They're the ones who gave us the prophecy. I'm confused as to why
Yeah.
they would speak like that, though.
I feel like I was on a track. It was obviously wrong, but I feel like I had justifications for why I went there. I found them in my notes too, when I actually took good notes.
Delg had left the party by the time we got the prophecy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. He left almost right after Periite,
Yeah.
if not right after Periite.
How do you whisper /W?
I on roll 20, I believe, yeah.
Never mind. I'm just gonna send you Discord.
Yeah, you could do that. That'll be easier. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, okay, so I'll say that any knowledge that you got from anyone you spoke to, you never got the sense that the Dark Flames were twins. And Sal, you've never heard this information. Although the family has supposedly been going on for a long time. There have been multiple generations of the Dark Flames. And you grew up in Altissia. You've heard of different names of the heads of the family coming and going. In some of the history you've heard and read. But when they interacted with each other, when you saw them, they definitely seemed more like siblings. You may have, even as they got more comfortable with you, even heard them refer to each other as brother or sister.
Yeah, I think I caught that.
Yeah, I remember them. I remember them referring to each other like siblings. I just don't know if they were twins.
It could be. I'll share this information.
What exactly does the prophecy say again about twin beams?
A decision
just-
must be made as the twins beam.
Yeah, and I guess the line underneath it doesn't really go with it, does it? It goes with the other. It goes with the key line.
Yeah.
Interesting. Did I get any clue as to what Lyra sacrificed? And I just either missed it or...
You get the sense that she remembers and is not... Your passive insight is so good. I mean, she's in your head. You can tell it's something she remembers and does not want to share. For the first time, her mind is actively closing itself to you.
I'll give her a minute. I'm not gonna interrogate her right now. She's had a long day. She just got her memories back.
Yeah, that's
I'll
all
wait.
done. Shall we go till Imentienzian? Or is there other stuff you want to hash out?
We want to take a long rest, right?
You should take a long rest first.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like because we don't want to go up there and be like, we're ready. And then he's like, awesome. And then we're not actually ready.
We could just be like, hey, we accept, but we'll be back tomorrow.
I mean, we told him that. We told him that we would be ready for it in the morning.
Yeah, we'll just go in the morning.
Well, great. There we go.
I'll pop a squat, crisscross applesauce, and begin ritually casting the hut.
Okay.
We should probably still do watches, huh? Even with that.
Yeah. Even though. Yeah, no, we should.
Ganesh, what
Reina.
session is this?
Wait, what was that?
What session is this?
This current one is 139.
Okay, thank you.
So as you start casting the hut, Reyna just kind of looks at you all and just kind of gives a sidelong glance at the sailors on the opposite side of the lake and just goes, are y'all wanting me to go grab them or?
Yeah,
I
sure.
guess.
They just kind of trudge on over. Beznar just kind of dusts himself off. He just goes, oh. So, what's the update?
We don't have any update on the treasure per se, but did you see what was happening in the lake earlier?
There were some strange ripples going on.
But you didn't see any sort of pictures or visions?
I mean, I don't think I've gone crazy yet.
Alright.
Did you see anything, Victor? Just, no cap. Well, that's that.
Alright. Well, what we think is happening is that we may be going on trial very soon, but I don't.
You say on trial.
A trial, yes.
You mean like,
Challenge.
oh, that kind of trial. Okay, I thought you were like found guilty or something. And
No, I don't really know what that means.
Gotcha. Anyway, all right. Are you leaving?
I think so. I'm going to ask if all of you can be transported back to your ship safely, or if we have to do that ourselves.
Yeah,
Well,
you're not invited to our trial.
Did you say that out loud?
No.
Okay.
I'm there. Just happy.
He just goes, well, actually, I go, after what we've seen, and experienced, I'm not sure how much more time. He kind of looks back at the others. We want to stay here.
That's understandable. It's probably been a A harrowing, much more harrowing experience than you wanted.
You could say that. I'll just say I wasn't expecting to see a lot of the things I saw
Mm-hmm.
today in such quick succession.
Yeah,
That's fair.
But got some great stories to tell. And I think I've got a certain fellow sailor I need to do some apologizing to.
I think you should do that.
I guess we'll hang with y'all for a little bit longer if you don't mind.
All right.
And he just kind of settles down on the ground where he is. They just kind of pull out their own rations and
Pops
things
and
that they
claps.
brought. Yeah.
All right. So, and what time of day is it? Still kind of afternoonish or
Night.
something like that?
The sun
it's-
the sun set like an hour ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's dark.
Okay.
Who's taking first watch?
I mean, what's our usual
Who
order?
usually-
Sal,
yeah,
Vera,
I was like-
and Janssen, and then Tess.
I'm usually in
and-
like the middle, yeah.
Yeah. Does anyone have any suggestions for spells tomorrow? Anything that
Everything.
anything that we want in particular?
Just become a cleric. Have access to every single spell. No preparation needed.
I don't think that's how it works.
I don't think that's how it
I was
works.
gonna say, I don't think that's how a cleric
No.
works.
It's been a
But
while.
a bean wizard.
But a
Oh my
bean
God.
wizard, on the other
A
hand.
bean wizard, yes.
Big B's bean.
Oh,
Oh, come
bruh.
on, you know it's a good idea.
Or Maximilian's earthen bean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, same.
Or my personal favorite,
Oh god.
bean trick.
Okay, Sal and Farrah will take the watch first.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
And I guess I'll probably sit in silence for about 10 minutes, and then I'm gonna pull out the joke book.
Favorite.
Oh, wait.
Wait until we fully fall asleep first, please. I want to fucking hear it.
Yeltsin just rolls over and like covers his, his one
Towards my
ear.
one ear.
On the ground.
Oh my.
I can't believe he didn't have this prepared and ready.
I didn't use it last. I didn't use it last week, so it's been.
I mean, at least he has it.
It's been a session or
That's true.
two, you know.
I'm ready.
Now flip a random page.
Okay.
And I'm gonna take out the book stealthily so that Farrah doesn't see me do it.
Okay. I'm just gonna take a picture of a page for you.
Okay, that works. That's a 19 for sleight of hand to pull it out.
What's
without
your-
her
What's your
noticing.
passive,
Your
Farrah?
passive perception like 30.
I think my passive is 19.
Your passive
I
perception
have.
is 18 last time I checked, but is it higher?
It's 19.
It's 19? Okay.
Did
let
you
me-
already level up though? That's the question.
No,
Yeah, don't level up yet, but just be
I
prepared.
didn't.
Okay.
It's just 19.
Okay, so I need to update that. So You just barely notice Sal trying to pull something out sneakily. Here's the picture. Let me know if you get it, Spencer.
I did.
All right.
She'll ignore it.
Hey, Farah,
Yeah.
have you ever wondered why genies get so angry?
No. Not once.
Well, if you were wondering, it's because they feel bottled up
Oh my.
or
Oh,
lamped up.
brother, this guy stinks!
That's a bad one. Aren't genies supposed to be in lamps? I've never heard of a genie in a bottle. That's a bad
I've
one.
never met a genie. Have you?
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
I've never met one. I just know about them. I think. I've read
No,
about
I've
them
never.
at some point.
No, but sure.
There's okay.
You got another one?
Oh no, it flipped the picture. You can still
Oh,
see
that's
that.
okay. Yeah. Well, there's another one about a genie. Do you want to hear that one? I mean, the other one was
Sure.
pretty. Okay, the other one was pretty. Okay. What did the genie break when she fell out of her lamp? You see, this says lamp when the last one says bottle. The consistency in this is just all wrong.
I think you're reading too much into these jokes. I think they're just supposed to be funny.
Oh. Well, she broke her wishbone.
That's actually kind of funny.
I'm actually not familiar with what a wishbone is.
Do you need to be familiar to what a wishbone is for the joke to be funny? I think it comes from a...
Because they make because they make wishes. I
Yeah.
guess it could be. Okay. I think it's funny that it's canon that Sal is bad at humor.
I think that would make sense.
It makes a lot of sense.
Okay, here's another one.
Mhm.
Why did the sea creature wish? You see, again with the wishing theme, I don't know about this. Why did the sea creature wish that it looked sharper?
So it could see itself?
I don't think that's because it was a dolphin. Dolphin.
Oh, I get that one.
Dolphin. Okay.
I think you
it'd
need
be
a lot more practice.
I think it'd be a good idea if I read these before I just read them, you know, so I feel like the performative aspect of jokes is
I think
important.
you need to work on delivering the punchline a little bit better. for
Okay,
sure.
your watch is over. Your watch. Go to bed, both of y'all.
After the last joke, though. After that last joke, Farrah's gonna be like, "How about this? Why don't you silently work on these in your head?
Okay.
Because I have something else to do." And then maybe we can talk about your delivery later.
Okay.
And after she says that, she's gonna reach out to Lyra.
Right. As you do this, can y'all give me perception checks real quick?
Per caption.
Her caption. I see.
That's a nat 20, baby.
Okay.
Except I have to make it a disadvantage.
Unless you have light up.
Hold on. Do I have dark vision? I don't have it prepared. What a loser.
You have the drift globe.
Yeah, just put the drift load up.
No. Let me reroll.
Roll another nat 20.
Do you want me to roll again at disadvantage or just roll another dice?
Just roll another dice, that's fine.
Okay. 15.
That's fine.
Continue.
Almost on that was almost on that one.
Oh, was
Mhm. Lyra, I let you avoid it earlier, but what sacrifice did you make?
Give me a persuasion check.
No.
I mean, no.
I don't know. Just literally anything else. Oh, that's not bad. 24. I'll take that to the bank.
Okay. Okay. You feel her. She has, since awakening, you feel her continue to shift, and her mind is like roiling under your skin. It is, it's honestly a little unsettling, but you feel this former queen center herself. You almost instinctually, she's putting on her game face in your mind. You feel her put on the practiced diplomatic attitude that she must have once used, as easy as breathing. And what's that? That is a 21 deception. Okay. Yeah. You can.
I don't think she gets away with that.
No. You feel her attempt to think of some way around answering this question, but as direct as you're being, and as gracious as she feels in this moment to you and your friends for having helped her remember who she is 1,000 years after something happened. You feel her acquiesce and respond a little simply. You feel shame in her voice, for sure. Regret. Speaking in Elvish, as she seems most comfortable, she responds, "Long ago, as I was holding court, on an ordinary day in extraordinary times, a visitor came to Emilyria. He petitioned us and arrogantly petitioned our mother Emilia to allow him to aid us in our great time of need. Behind his eyes I saw even now I still see he sought to mislead us to gain more than what we wish to give. I feared for my land, for my people. I feared that the Order of Emilir itself would suffer should I accept his offer. And so I denied him. Fully and outright. He promised me that I would regret that decision. And I do.
Who was he?
You feel her mind surge, trying to remember. She can't. This is very similar to how she felt when she first awoke from when you found her in the sticks. But it's different. She would normally remember this, but the memories aren't there. Someone has stolen them. And she cannot answer you.
What happened after you denied him?
That blank void of memory. You feel her panicking. She is trying as hard as she can to remember anything about this individual. She knows that they were not from the prime material plane. They were from outside of Immoleria, outside of anywhere that the dragons could reach. But that's all that she can recall of them. They were an individual of great power, and she denied them.
What did you sacrifice, though?
I sacrificed I am not sure what I sacrificed. I'm not sure that I would call it a sacrifice. You could say that I sacrificed our victory. My position. My very sense of self, I suppose. It was all stolen from me for that choice that I made. I had no... I am unsure if I denied them out of pride or out of sincere belief that they would do us wrong. Perhaps not a sacrifice, but a choice. And that choice spurned them. Him. As she finishes that train of thought, as frustrating as it is, even though she has regained so much of herself, she remembers many things. But how she came to be in that pot by the sticks, how she came to be flung forward 8,000 years away from her kingdom, doing nothing but forgetting everything. She cannot remember. All of that remains forgotten.
And I'll say this whole time, Sal, you're just sitting in silence, should you wish, and just watching Feyre just kind of not speaking any of this out loud, but just kind of seemingly go back and forth within her mind, thinking or mulling over something, or yeah.
What
Having a
decision do you
soundless conversation.
What decision do you think the prophecy is talking about?
To read it again.
It says,
I see it. I'm reading it.
just talking to Lyra.
As I said before, when I think of twins, I think of the moons. I think of that choice you made before the dark flames. I think of those stones. I think of the choice that I made long ago. Whether it was twins in a literal, metaphorical, or allegorical sense, I'm not sure. But I think that you are not wrong to see that these situations rhyme. Almost. If you heard this prophecy spoken in the Feywild, then I'm sure the nature of this prophecy would apply in more than one situation.
Entirely unhelpful. Okay. Talking to Salazar now. Sal, what twins do you think the prophecy is talking about?
You hear a large snore come from Vizron as he just turns over in his sleep.
I don't know. And it's been so long since I've... Sorry, it's on topic. I have twin sisters. Sisters who are twins. It's not them, but I don't know why. I haven't thought of home in some time.
Hopefully we can return with everything and everyone intact.
You would like them. They're scoundrels. They get into the biggest sorts of trouble.
I wonder where they get it from.
Oh, not me.
Right, because you never get into any kind of trouble.
Sorry. That's off topic. I don't know.
Lyra thinks it could be anything, really.
I mean, it could. Several things are referred to as twins. The Wintrolls.
Moons.
Moons. The two
Those
sons of
rocks.
Tatooine cresting over the Sarlacc pit as a gauntleted hand reaches through the sand.
My God.
As the armored Boba Fett pulls himself free from the maw of the beast.
And we kick Spencer out.
Something just pushed Sal into the water.
Brother, this guy stinks!
Inspirational.
It could be, I don't know. I think I haven't heard much prophecy, but I mean, I think it's silly to try to guess what it means. I mean, until it happens, you don't really know. I mean, there's so many ways that you could look at it. I mean, look at how wrong we were about the key.
Yeah, but I feel like I'm right about this one.
About it being what?
I think it's me and Lyra. She's a queen, you know.
It said twins. You're not 1,000 years old, are you?
No.
Okay, good.
I think it's more of like a twin situation. than actual twins.
I mean, like I said, you could interpret it in a million different ways. And each one could be just as valid as the next until it happens.
My second guess is that it's the rocks. I don't remember their name, Cassander and
No.
something else.
I think it's safe to say that that is not the case.
You don't know.
You're right. However,
I mean, they were the ones that gave us the prophecy to begin with.
was it
And
really?
Palace. Palace.
I forgot that. Sal forgot
Tind.
that.
Palston. Can't read my own writing.
No. Prophecies aren't about those who speak them. That's not how they work.
Maybe, but this line is gonna keep me up at night.
I don't think you
Anyway.
should dwell on it.
It's a puzzle. I like solving puzzles. Some puzzles are easy. Some puzzles are not. Anyway. And then I'll just tell him what kind of like the little bits and pieces of Lyra's life that she remembers about her being a queen and her like relationship with Emilier and all of that.
We won't necessarily go through all this, but if you're
Yeah.
wanting to share that stuff with Sal, honestly, Sal, you hear it from her mind itself. As soon as Feyre asks, you know, hey, can you share a bit about yourself with me? So I can tell Sal, you get the sense that Lyra is very much, as she speaks with you, you sense a maternal, a very maternal tone come over her. As she explains to you, she is, or was, first and foremost among the Order of Emilier in her time. Before Jurgen ever drew breath in this world. So she will happily
Sure.
regale you with tales as you finish your rest.
So is it like she's speaking to me, like telepathically?
Yes, that's exactly what's happening.
After she finishes, I'm gonna kind of let it sit for a minute, and then I'm gonna try to reach out, focus on like that connection, I guess, and say, why didn't you choose me?
Okay.
Because you're not worthy.
You roll an insight check for me. Roll it at advantage.
Okay.
This is a
Because you are a
spicy,
vampire.
this is a spicy what?
Fucking
Doesn't
nerd.
like Wizard Boys.
Come
Because you couldn't multi-class a fourth time. That's why.
You said insight, right?
That's right, insight.
20.
He's a sad boy.
That beats, was that a 15 from me? Yeah. She feels shame. Farah, you feel this as well.
What the heck?
She doesn't verbalize the thought, but you get the sense that having been lost to herself, having lost all of her memories, everything that she was, everything that she has value in, she chose the person who she felt most comfortable with. And on a gut instinct, even if Farah is not fully Elven, as she spoke Elvish to her, as she has pointy ears, just like Lyra once did, just as Nerelia once did. She honestly just went with maybe a little bit of a certainly a selfish, honestly kind of racist gut feeling that she was more comfortable amongst Elvenkin than someone who I mean her sense of belonging to the Order of Imler, this is something she only recently started to regain. That apology that she gave to you before about having felt that she mistreated you when you first met, you get the sense that she started to process that maybe on a gut level a while back, and that is why she apologized to you at that point.
Oh, I forgot that even happened.
Yeah, she doesn't speak these things in words, but she transfers these emotions.
And I'll just kind of say, you made the right choice.
You get a bit of a what's the word? A very smug and satisfied oh, look at you. Yes, you're right. Before she returns to the moving tattoo.
Yep.
On Faye.
And I'll say, like, as I feel her pulling away, I'll just kind of say, keep her safe.
Back at you.
Because I was the chosen one, and you were not. Also, though, it's hilarious about the whole
I am so
Elvish.
humble.
It's hilarious about the Elvish thing, though, because every part of anything you read in D&D talks about how stuck up some elves are, and that totally fits 100%. Like, as soon as she was like, I kind of chose her just because she was Elvish, I was like, fair enough. You don't have to be humble when you're the chosen one, Yeltsin.
I am the chosen one.
Hey, I'm trying to sleep here. You guys are keeping me up.
I think that'll be the end of our watch, and I'll wake up Yeltsin.
Yeah.
And be like,
I've been
it's your turn.
I've been up.
Ever since that genie joke.
Yeltsin's like,
You just been
shut up.
There's been a little ache in the back of my brain that I can't.
Losing an ear can't stop him from hearing this.
No.
Yatsen by yourself?
Yeah, I'd like to think that I was eavesdropping a little bit as well as I could.
Oh yeah, and you definitely noticed that Wolgraf was slowly scooting closer to you in his sleep, seemingly.
That's terrifying. I will move quickly to the other side.
Just poke him with your bow and be like, stay over there.
But before Farah goes to sleep, I'll say, hey, I know we were joking about overthinking it, not overthinking, but
Yeah.
really, none of it makes sense. Don't overthink
It's kind of hard not to overthink when you've got an elvish queen in your head.
Yeah, that's fair. I can say I have that problem that's done. But I focus on what's ahead of us, yeah? And what's ahead of you is some well-deserved rest.
Woohoo! Catch some Z's.
All right, as we switch over, Yaltsin, give me a perception check.
Will do. Captain. One.
All right. So what's Yaltsin getting up to during this watch, huh?
Everything.
As I was eavesdropping and Sal mentioned his sisters, Yaltsin started to think about his own siblings and family and how long it's been since he's seen them. He thinks about his brothers and he kind of calculates with the time, like how old they'd be and kind of where he thinks they are, and like mid to like late teens, and kind of just wishes he could where they're at. And then he thinks of his mom, and hopes that he'd be proud of him. That he's doing good, or trying to do good. And yeah, he just kind of dazes off. He's just thinking and not really looking.
Mm-hmm.
He's perceiving.
No one else knows Yeltsin even has a family.
Yasun has a family?
What?
He has a
Ooh, what?
family, but he doesn't even have 2 ears.
Not even the DM knows that he has a
Wait,
family.
what? Did you send that to me?
Was that in there?
He's been in there.
Wait a
You
minute.
told me you
Okay,
didn't have any siblings.
Out the wall.
Yasun's the BBEG. There, the secret's out. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna kill you.
It's
while
not
in
been
your
a
sleep.
secret. We've known.
I'll kill you. I kill you.
Just chop off his other ear before it gets too bad.
I'm gonna chop off your ear.
That's where his
Okay.
power is. That's where he stores it.
True.
I will say, Yautsen, you are so distracted in your own thoughts. That you don't notice until it's right in front of you. But on the outside of the bubble, it suddenly snaps you from your contemplations. You can see what appears to be the form of a small bird, just kind of like looking into the bubble or looking at the bubble. Right on the outside edge, looks like a bird with a large, long beak. And I'm not certain that Yausen's ever seen a bird like this, but it has some beautiful colors across the beak, and across the feathers atop its head. But when it opens its mouth, you can see several rows of teeth, which you've never seen a bird have in the past. And they have this kind of like crystalline mirror-like texture, like all of the landscape around. And you also look at the back of its form, and it has like a long, like mammalian tail, almost like a horse at the back. That also has that kind of appearance to it, and it's just like this strange image that just shakes you from your thoughts for a second, and it just kind of seemingly looks at you for a second. It just like pecks at the bubble a couple times.
I'll kind of poke my head out and look at it, and I'll hold out my finger and do like a.
Make a
And I'll do the thaumaturgy thing where I'll look at its eyes and I'll try to match it so that there's some sense of familiarity.
okay. It tries to snap out at your finger, but you're quick enough to punch out the way. And it just kind of cocks its head and looks at you.
Are there others like him? It?
You don't see any others in the area.
Strange. I'll try and grab some rations and kind of feed it some like crumbs of bread or something or whatever I might have.
As you do so, it kind of squawks in anticipation, seemingly, of the food that you are providing it. And you watch as it just kind of nibbles on the food a bit and seems content. And just kind of waits for a moment to see if you're going to give it any more food.
Oh, that's it, buddy. Rest is mine.
All right.
Your little shoe.
Yeah.
it just kind of hops a couple paces and then flies off, and you watch as the images of that tail, at least as you see it fly off, just kind of dissipates as it flies off. Seemingly some kind of feature of the area you're in.
Weird fucking place we're in. Go back home. I'll go back inside.
Yeah. I'll say with that, your watch comes to a close, otherwise uneventfully.
Wake up Taz and Cinnamon.
I'll say as you finish your watch, you see Reyna just kind of shift. Let's go. I didn't see anything either, don't worry. Seemingly also was awake for that watch, but just didn't say a word to you.
Good. Thanks for keeping an eye out.
All right, Taz and Cinnamon, give me some checks.
Cinnamon's gonna try and talk to Manti and Zian before everyone else for something. Would this
Okay.
perception be at straight or disadvantage?
If you have dark vision, then it's straight.
Okay.
The mist that was obscuring you before doesn't seem nearly as thick here in this clearing.
Okay.
Perception.
Nice.
Hey,
Jesus.
it's a 19 for 25.
All right. Y'all are eagle-eyed at the moment. And you just kind of look over and can still see the shadow of many corpses in the center of this clearing. And I will say, near the beginning of your watch, you do see a couple shadows just kind of get up and seemingly run away.
What?
What the heck? That's concerning, but okay.
Whatever.
If you recall, some of the individuals
Silence
did
were
not seem to
in human
be.
form, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe not run away, but like stumble out of the clearing, rather.
Fair, yeah. Okay. Well, good luck with the rest of your life.
What? Actually, I will say, because you all rolled a 25 and a 26, you see them get up, and from like the shadows that they give off, and you have dark vision, and especially you, Taz, which you have like extended dark vision, they don't appear to. Well, yeah, no, I'll leave it at that. That's fine.
Okay. I'll be back shortly, Taz. And then I'll walk over to Manti and Zian. I'll go a little bit closer, like right onto the tree trunk, right next to the tree trunk.
It still gives off like a gentle hum and rumble as you approach.
Okay. Are you awake?
You don't hear anything, but you feel the sense of like an imaginary, almost like spotlight turned towards you.
Okay.
Feel eyes.
Well, we're gonna come tell you about our decision in a few hours. But before that, I had a question. You said that you showed us a vision deep into the past, and you had mentioned that you had roots that collected knowledge. I am at an impasse here. I'm someone who's been troubled by my past life for probably half of my life at this point. And I don't know if I should keep on being troubled by that. I think whatever that thing was down there, I think that showed me and gave me an idea of something clung on to the past and seeking something that wouldn't happen again. So, would you happen to know what was the cause of that fire that burned down the brothel? If you happen to know, would you mind telling me? If you don't know, I think I would be fine with that as well.
There is a long pause before any words are spoken. And it's not that there's silence. You can sense that there is something being retrieved.
Okay.
And Taz, if you're watching, you see Cinnamon stand or sit, whatever position you're in, out there for a straight 30 minutes. Just doing basically nothing. Before Cinnamon, you hear the voice go, "You are right to step forth and attempt to grasp at the future. The past can cling to you and prevent you from seeing that which you must do. But the past can also be empowering. It can bring clarity in ways other things cannot. Reflection. And you watch as the bark of the entire tree, just like a wave of light, just kind of washes through it. And you see your reflection clearly in the bark of this tree before you. Rumination, consideration of what has can bring great value. I do have the answers you seek, Cinnamon.
All right.
My question to you is, are you sure you want the answer?
In all honesty, part of me does. A strong part of me does. And if you would have asked me maybe a month ago, I would have said yes, absolutely. At this point, I don't know. I do have another question. Do you think Do you think it's possible, even without knowing the answer, to at least move on, to have some sort of closure?
There's another long pause. Not quite as long as the last one. I think that depends on the decisions you make in the coming days. I know much, but I cannot guarantee. I do not have the vision to see that which is within your own being. Some things are for the individual to behold, and that individual alone.
He'll stare back to where the rest of the party is, and then just kind of stare back a little bit, hold on to the bone around his neck, and then we'll just kind of think back on the aboleth for that whole encounter, what it said to him, how it crept into his mind. Then we're turning back to the tree. I'll have to think on that a bit, but to answer the first question, she asked me if I wanted to know. I appreciate you getting the information for me, but I think I'm going to decline. I think maybe it's time, as you said, to push forward and see what happens.
Very well. I will say one last thing. Minds. Opinions. Thoughts. About this world and many others are known to be changed. You sense a benevolent grin.
That last part, was it like, what exactly? Mind something change?
Minds, opinions, thoughts of
Okay.
this world and many others are known to be changed.
Okay. And if, actually, I do have one last question. I honestly haven't thought about this much, but when my mother perished, was she afraid of me? Do you know how she felt in regards to me in those moments?
As I have said, emotions to their fullest extent are not within my realm of vision. I cannot tell you the answer to this question for more reasons than just this one.
I see. Well, that's all I had. And at this point, is our watch over at this point?
Has you been staring at Cinnamon for another 20 minutes?
I might at some point walk over there just to make sure he's okay.
I don't notice him approaching, just thinking a lot on what I've been told.
Can I hear the tree talking, or is it only talking to him?
You haven't heard any language, but you've kind of felt subtle rumblings here and there, and the wind kind of pick up occasionally. I will say though, Cinnamon, is there anything else you wish to say?
That was it, yeah.
Okay. There are no more words exchanged, but you do get the sense that there is an invitation still there.
Yeah.
Meaning the offer has not been rescinded just
Okay.
yet. Kaz walks over. Do you do anything? Cinnamon seemingly hasn't noticed you. Been about an hour.
I just walk up next to him, kind of, and be like, "Yeah, good idea. I gotta take a leak too," and just like put my hand up on the tree and just like start taking a leak. The old hand on the wall, lean to.
I'm gonna let him finish, and then once it's all done, I'm just gonna shape water it all away.
Take that piss. That's how you get smoked by a god.
Just pissing on him.
The absolute disrespect.
Oh, this is the tree, huh? Oh, my bad. Anyway,
You feel a wave of curiosity.
what the hell is going on? Gotta water the plants. You know what I'm saying?
Not like that.
How's it going over here?
There's a lot for me to think about.
Yeah.
Do you have any regrets about Jartog's death?
No regrets.
I mean, of course. I mean, I wish I had set out to save him. I wish we were able to, but I think things happen for a reason, and full circle to what we talked about before the session. But Taz will kind of admit that, like, honestly, if Jartog had ended up being okay, I probably would have gone back home. I don't think I would have been here to stick with you guys and be here to protect you and do everything in my power to keep you alive. And wouldn't have had a hand in trying to save the world. So. Sure, I'm sad. I miss him. I think about what life would be like for me personally if he was still around, but there's also higher powers at work in the world. There's things and people and beings a lot smarter and stronger than me, and I think they have guided me to be right where I need to be. What about you?
About Jotog's death?
Anyone, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, I've touched on it before, but I mentioned the Breath of Fire and my mother and other people dying in that fire. Just that, or whether I had caused that or not.
Yeah, I kind of figured you always kind of get a certain way when you're thinking about that, so I figured that was on your mind tonight.
Yeah, that creature down there, it mentioned it. It spoke to you in your mind as well, right?
Yeah?
Yeah. It dug through my mind as well and asked me if I wanted that answer. I didn't like that particularly. I didn't like that much.
Yeah, he actually wasn't powerful enough to give us what we wanted.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
it was interesting.
But I don't know. I guess I haven't thought about like you have. For all these years, I've just been concerned with what my role was in it. I'm not really sure. And not really about what what could have happened if someone else, there were some other powers at play.
Yeah, I mean, I've always been one to believe in, I think, what you people call it, forgive and forget kind of mindset. There's nothing you can really do about what's happened in the past. So.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. I like to think of things that way. When something terrible happens, you gotta think about what that led you to now. I think if that hadn't happened, none of us probably would have ever met you. Think of the number of times we all would have died without you.
Yeah. I'll just nod and think about that for a long time.
Az will just kind of take a seat with his back to the tree trunk, kind of watching over the bubble and everybody, and occasionally just staring up the tree trunk, kind of like when you are at like the Washington Monument and you like lay down on it and you like looking like up the Washington Monument. If anybody's ever been, you know what I'm talking about.
I can imagine.
Super tall, kind of cool.
And as you look up, you see that kind of sight you saw before that looks like the sky is literally made of like broken glass, just like these different shapes
Just a
and
dome
reflections
over.
of
Essentially, yeah, something like that.
That's awesome.
It's a mesmerizing sight.
Yeah, I think Senman will sit down and then just kind of take the rest of the watch there.
Taz already has inspiration, but Cinnamon go ahead and take some.
I mean, what's the worst that could happen? We're basically gods.
Farah,
No.
do you have inspiration, Farah?
No.
You should have some from earlier.
Yeah.
Yay.
You should take some from what happened earlier. And Sal too. I don't know if you already have some, but
Yeah, I already got it from Taz.
right, yeah. You know what?
Double inspired.
Yeltsin, you too. Because honestly, that.
Why not?
Why not? Because why
What a
not?
session. What a session, guys.
This has been a
Bunch of lore, character development.
Love it.
Here we go.
This is D&D.
The answers are being revealed.
We complete a long race.
Unless there's anything else you all wish to discuss, I will say that your watch comes to a close.
Well rested.
Oh, thank
All my spell slots back. Thank goodness.
real Sam.
I'll say
My
as
health
everyone as everyone wakes up, Taz, you see Victor walk over and take a leak almost exactly where you did.
It's the perfect spot, right? I mean,
I'm going to do the same thing. Just shake
Yeah.
water right away.
Fuck it. Community piss spot.
it's the perfect spot. I don't know. It's just a calling. Like, it's just meant to be. I don't know. Oh, man.
It is 12:40. How is everyone?
Yeah.
This could be a
It's
I
a
gotta
good
be
time to
able to-
call.
yep.
Nah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I just want to clarify something. Is this our last session before everyone's gone?
Is it?
Because Ganesh, you leave
When are
on
you
the
leaving?
12th, correct?
Yeah, I leave next Friday.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
And
Not a bad place.
not a bad place to stop.
That's true.
So let me write down exactly where we're stopping at.
Give me a while. So But-
Yeah.
Yeah.
we're close.
Sorry, guys.
Nah, it's
Sorry.
all good.
Okay.
No, it's all good.
No. It's
I mean,
fine.
we would
Adding
have
to the
taken a
tension.
3-week break anyway, because I mean,
Again, we've taken longer breaks too,
Yeah.
so it's
Yeah,
all good.
we're in the final act. That's why I thought maybe I could get us there, but the pace that we normally go,
Dude, I'm not kidding.
No.
I thought that you were showing us, like, when Amantianzian was showing us that vision, I thought you were gonna, like, drop us in right there. Like, if you go
You're
from the sky.
thrust into
'cause-
it, like
No,
there
like,
you are.
literally, you were describing it as like you're suddenly in the air and you're seeing these islands through the clouds. I thought you were gonna say, and you all feel yourselves plummeting. And I was like,
that would have
this
been
is
cool.
it.
That would
Or
have been sick.
I thought even like we were gonna open our eyes and like turn around and like jump into the pool of water or something and like be there. I don't know. It's like bam,
Who
you're
knows?
there.
But yeah, I think a couple more sessions we'll be able to wrap it up.
Pretty close, yeah. Very close.
I think by session 150 at the very latest, the campaign will be done.
That's the perfect spot.
150 sessions. That's a good number.
Yeah.
Level 15.
Not yet.
Level 20.
Hey, 10 sessions per level. Just-
That's true.
Generally the trajectory we've been doing it. That's the average. It's
That's
about 10
actually
sessions.
pretty good too.
That's good pacing. Keeps things fresh.
Mm-hmm.
There was
There's someone talking to me. One of my coworkers was talking to me about it, and he was like, "You said that your campaign's been going on for 5 years," and I was like, "Honestly, it's more like 6 at this point." He was like, how is it not stale?" And I was like, "Well, we've had good arc,
Great
like
arc.
structure,
Yeah.
so that helps a ton." It's just like
Well, then
honestly
it's like-
looking at how the arc structure has been super impressive. You know.
Yeah.
Shout out to you
And
guys.
then, yeah, it's been great. And the other thing is, like, every time we do take a break, you're like, there's a little while, like, if there's like a long break happening, you're like, yeah, like we're playing, but like maybe we'll get back into it. And then after a minute, you start thinking about the game, and you're like, damn, I really want to play again.
Oh, miss it.
and then we start back up, and you're kind of like,
Like, oh, how
I
do
really
I play?
don't remember anything. Like, I don't remember how to play. I don't remember what's going on, and you're just kind of lost for a minute, and then you're like, oh yeah, this is super cool. Okay, I remember what we're doing again. All right, yeah, I'm in.
Here's the objective. Let's all get our shit together by the end of this summer so that we don't have to have long breaks like this.
No kidding.
Yeah, fair.
And by us all, I mean myself.
You know.
Well, good, all
Like-
You know
good.
it is.
Must.
To be fair, though, I mean,
consistent.
yeah. We don't have much to go. So even if we just get like, you know, a span of like a month or two, we should be able to wrap things up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What session was today?
139.
Cool.
We can.
I
do
think
it.
we can finish it before 150. I don't think we're gonna get.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Especially
and once you're
if
through
you're
with
teleported to the
basic,
final battle.
once you're through with basic, it might be easier, maybe, because you'll actually get to play. Maybe.
You don't have access to telephones during basic, right?
He's gonna be writing letters.
I'll be writing letters. Yeah, so I'll I need to figure out. Let me Google it.
Maybe some dudes on base will start a D&D game.
Not during basic.
Freaking go. Why not?
Late night, midnight D&D.
Firewatch.
So
We'll have the Firewatch D&D sessions.
It's just D&D IRL. It's just like,
There you go.
It's just LARPing. It's just literally
It's like-
LARPing.
Hey guys, we're on
Army is
watch.
just a big old.
No.
Hey guys, we're on watch. Roll for perception.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
here we go.
No.
Yeah, you're gonna bullied. You're gonna go.
Okay.
Oh wait, have we
Take
ended the
away his
session? Have we ended the
inspiration.
session?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Okay, so my Fort Jackson mailing address will be,
Oh yes, this is important.
and I believe that I'm going to be private. I go in as specialist, but I think during basic training I'm still private.
Maggot.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what they called them in Cadet Kelly on Disney Channel.
Listen up, maggots. Mr. Popo's gonna teach you the pecking order. First, it's you in the dirt, the worms inside of the dirt, then Kami, then Popo.
I think you forgot Popo's stool somewhere in there, but
Oh yeah, I did it. Play that clip and then watch together.
Maybe I'll add it as a sound effect. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
How about that? How about the reveal of Queen Nerelia, though?
That was
Dude,
wild.
that was awesome.
That too was pretty nuts.
Been sitting on that for a hot minute too.
I was like, how long have you been sitting on that?
Since before we introduced the item, we were like,
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, I don't know.
And it was perfect because, like, at the beginning, it was confusing. Just like I feel like it would have been for Feyre, like going in that memory for the first time, where I was like, me, I'm not a queen. And then I was like, wait, I understand. Like it was great. Like all of it was.
I
'Cause it
thought
was-
they referred to Thera as well. I thought Thera's not reincarnated, is she? The same
Yeah.
Naruto, right?
So I'm going to have to probably at the end of the first week or whatever, I'll probably tell my parents and have my dad send Adam my address.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because basically it's in this format.
Popo.
But I have no idea
Hmm.
like what it is. So it'll be like oops. It'll be that, and then I don't know like what platoon I'm in.
Hmm.
I don't know any of that.
Splatoon.
Mm-hmm.
Splatoon.
I'm gonna send you weekly recaps of the 7th grade basketball games,
Oh, that's so cute.
Real quick, just before we all disperse,
minute by
are
minute.
we wanting to do side content in the meantime, or are we just wanting to take a break?
I'm down.
I'm down for side content.
Campaign.
Or
I've got
2 one-shots I want to try and run.
Yeah.
Yay. Yeah, I'm very happy to play.
I've got characters that have been on the back burner for a while that I'd be.
I have so many characters.
Adam does have so many characters.
I think I have a character for every class.
Also,
does
I
have a
will
lot.
say, if we do some side content,
I held it together. I held it together, and you broke.
If we do, it's a good opportunity for you to test a potential character you might want to use in the next campaign. So,
And Brenna, we got to talk about our characters.
I know.
What,
I was
what our
just
deal
thinking
is?
that.
Are we gonna have Australian accents or what?
I don't think I can
Mike.
do an Australian accent.
Come on, Mike.
No.
You can do it.
We are.
You can have an Australian accent, and we'll just say my
but with
character was sent off to
twins.
boarding school.
Clean.
My
Oh,
character,
Okay,
my character
figure it out,
will
we'll figure it
have an outrageous French accent.
oh my
And
god!
he will be talking like
get ready
this
for
the
accents.
entire campaign.
I know. This campaign, the only person that did
it.
accents was like Ganesh and Mason and Rose, and then I feel like next campaign everyone's gonna do accents.
Mhm.
He's from fucking Australia. Yeah.
I'm gonna do no voices for any
Yeah, Mason's
character. I'm
like,
just gonna be
this is the voice
hello.
you get.
They all are just Mason.
this is a little old lady speaking to you right now.
Why is it so funny?
That's hilarious.
What about Russian accents, Daniel?
Those are fun.
You like roast? I can't do it. We can try. but-
We can try.
I'll have
We'll
to
figure it out.
Daniel, try speaking with your tongue right at the
It is made of
intersection of the top
potatoes.
teeth and the gums.
Oh my
Like
god.
like
This
right
is a
here.
Russian accent.
Yeah, like
Talk right here.
Yeah.
See,
See
we could
what-
do it.
Okay, we try.
I mean,
Done. That was not bad at all.
There it is. We're
Practice.
fucking Russian. Let's go.
All you-
seconds of practice, not bad.
All you have to do to justify any accent you do is put pseudo in front of it. Pseudo Russian accent.
Pseudo Russian.
There you go.
Yeah, we'll have to
See
get
what
together
we
and
can do.
flesh it out because I think we have good ideas. We just haven't put them on paper yet.
Sure.
Feel free to
All
send me
right,
stuff.
hooligans. Oh, we will.
Well, Spencer, best of luck. We wish you all the best.
Yep.
And we can't wait to see you again, man.
So it'll probably be a month. So it'll probably be February before I can get y'all an address.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, but
So,
I mean, April.
Basketball season will be over by then, Spencer.
huh?
I said basketball season will be over. How am I supposed to give you weekly recaps
Sorry.
if it's
Oh,
over?
no.
Send
Give
them
me
all
a
one.
season recap.
Cool.
All right.
All right.
Well,
Good night.
call it there. Nighty night, guys.
Adios,
See y'all.
all.
Good night.